Hey, how are you doing, boys and girls? Welcome back to some more Delta Force. Today we have some hints, tips, and things you just may not know in Delta Force Extraction game mode. These are things I've compiled up from people asking me questions about certain things in streams. Things I've just kind of clocked which people don't seem to know too much about, and just kind of throwing them all together. Also got some map peaks, cheeky map spots, jumps, things like that for Zero Down in this episode, but we will be including more in other episodes. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's get straight into the tips. Did you know you can hack these computers really fast without having to look for the pattern? All you gotta do is actually look at the pattern and count the dots or the dashes. So if you see dots first, just count those dots and that will be the number. If you see dashes, count the dashes and then add 5 and that will be the number. This is how you do it. I'll show you. So dashes, so 3 dashes, that means it's going to be 8 because we add 5 to it. That's just 2 dots, so we just count 2. That's just 3 dots, we just push 3. Easy as that. And it just makes it so much more faster than trying to look for the patterns. Did you know this lift, which is at Lowerly Grove Hotel, which isn't powered, can be powered if you just chuck a throwing knife at it from Hack Claw's ability? You can see now it now works and goes up. It only works for a little while, and then it'll turn back off. You can also use the recon bow, like the electric bow, to also do the same thing. Really handy. There's also a truck in Zero Down near Substation which does the same thing. You can open the door that way. Really handy if you do want to try and flank around. If say people are defending the doors down here, you can kind of flank at the bottom of it and then go around. Really handy. Another worthy mention for the throwing knife is you can one-shot AI with the throwing knife, including shield bearers, which can make it really stealthy and easier to approach certain places without making too much noise. Also great for saving ammo. When buying gear, like your helmet and ballistic vest, go to the auction, go to gear, and under helmet and ballistic vest, instead of going new, go nearly new. Look at the difference between new and nearly new in terms of the helmets with the GN heavy helmet. That's going to cost you 228k if you buy it brand new with a durability of 50. We go back and we go on to nearly new. It goes all the way down to 188k and we only lose 8 points of durability. That is pretty worth it considering. Same with the purple. 95k for 40 durability purple helmet. That's really good considering the new is 131k and only adds an extra 8 durability onto that helmet. So it's a good way of just trying to save money. If you are a little bit low and you just want to not spend as much, going to nearly new instead of new can really help you out. And it's the same with the ballistic vest too. This works anywhere from, I would say, I would do this from blue and upwards. I wouldn't really do it obviously with green, but blue and upwards, definitely worth trying to do. Do you know about these secret stashes? I hardly see people loot them, but they are really worth looting sometimes, and definitely worth just checking out when you go over them. You'll hear like a little bird noises, or certainly rats noises when you go past them. Another thing I can actually show you while we're here is the bird's nests. Again, I don't really see them being looted that much, and they are quite worth being looted. You hear them as a little bird squawk. That's how they look like. You can find some pretty decent stuff in them now and again. There may be missions where you need to extract certain items. There's also some really cool exchanges where you have to find some certain items to exchange for another item. And it's sometimes really hard to remember every single item. But what you can do to make it a lot easier, for example, if we go to Collector 1 here, I still need to find medical alcohol. I need to find 2 of them. You click on it, I've got it marked as favorite, but if you just click on the item and mark it as favorite, whenever you go and loot something, it will pop up like more of a kind of highlight flash to let you know that it's a favorite item. And so it can give you a good reminder, go, oh, actually, I may need to bring this out with me. And you can kind of double down on this by going to settings, go to game, and you can go to put marked items in safe box first. So any marked item you find, it will go straight into your safe box. So if you are really looking for specific things, that can be a really handy way. Another worthy mention on getting some really easy free gear, maybe making a bit of money out of it, is going to Department Supply Station, going to the T&E lab, and on the second tab, which I won't name because it will be different at the minute. Mine is craft work at the minute, but it could be something different whenever you're watching this. there'll be a load of items here which you can kind of trade for items. So again, marking them as favorite can be really handy if you want to search for these items. For example, this vest and this helmet, really good gear. Like, I would take this into normal quite a lot. And to purchase it, it's literally 15k, because this item is worth 15k. You buy one of these items, you can get yourself a really, you know, pretty decent a vest. Or if you find it in raid, this is why I've got it marked, I can then just trade it in for a purple vest. Really, really handy. Considering this is a 1-slot item, you're basically looting a 1-slot item for a massive vest. Great. That's perfect. So just something to take a note. If you do find these about, always use these. These are pretty handy. I'm actually going to be using this to get some ammo. You can see here this ammo box, level 3. You can get yourself a load of ammo for this for nice budget runs, just by spending about 15 to 20k. Pretty good. It's pretty awesome. And the next thing I want to include is some map spots for these Did You Know series. This one is going to be on Zero Dam. I'm just going to show you a few. This is when we're at admin. If you're coming in from this way, you may hear people maybe over this way and you're trying to check. Instead of peeking around here, possibly revealing your head, getting your head taken off, you can go in the side of this truck here and peek here. And you can see just down the road here, you can see all along here if they do push up. And so it can give you a lot more cover and a really little sneaky peek spot if you need to use it. Another cheeky map spot for admin is, and sometimes you're going to get people here camping these windows and here not letting you pass, and you're trying to get a good peek in. One way you're catching out the people on this window and sometimes peeking out here is a really little cool spot. Also, anyone pushing up this way here, you can kind of catch them off. So it's in this building here. If you're coming from this way, it's a really good way of doing so. Go up these stairs, just like so. Jump on this and then, oh, sorry, jump on here, and then you can peek out and have a little look. You can catch people on the window here, catch the people on here, and you can see if anyone's coming in. You can even kind of jump in and start shooting them if you want to. Just like so. Really, really handy. And then if for whatever reason people are getting aggressive and pushing you, especially if you're solo, right, and they know you're in here, you can push out a little bit further, make it look like you're running away, and you can come up to here and you can bait them through this door here and they have no idea. You can just like rinse them in there when they come through here. Really, really good way of taking it off guard. And then obviously if the people are pushing round this way, you can also jump over and top up to here too. A lot of times they do not have any idea about this over here. So when they push in, you can take another person out, take a person out. This building is really, really handy for dealing with duels. If you know, people are coming at you and you are the last person at least. Really, really, really handy. Did you know about this spot here? This is actually quite a handy one. If you're getting pushed and they're coming around this way and you want to try and defend it, you can catch them off by going up here and just kind of chill right here. A lot of times they'll come sneaking in. You can normally catch the first one off and then you can kind of secure the kills afterwards. Play the death, because people do get a little bit desperate once their teammates have gone down and their time is running out. So a little good way of catching someone off for the first peak. I wouldn't keep on here again after killing the first one, but it's a great way of getting a kill here and maybe then rotating rounds, you know, seeing if you can get another peek from another angle that way. Really, really handy. Did you know about this jump spot here? A lot of people know that you can jump over from the other side, but you can, and they try it this way and then can't do it. But if you just go onto this little bit here and then jump over, you can get over, which can become really handy. And also while we're at the visitor center, I'll show you another way of getting into the top floor. Sometimes they hold this area and they hold the stairs. If you got a team, this can work solo sometimes, but obviously they're going to just be listening out for you. If you're on a team at least, and I have also done it solo, you can go around this way and get in through the glass here, especially if it's already been broken. But you can go up there, go up here, shoot in, and you can get in and start taking out anyone who may be camping on whatever side they are. Also, when you do jump in, you do have cover at least, so you can kind of work on that. They try and push up, so you can really be an annoyance when you push into here as a solo or as a squad. But it does work a little bit better as a squad if you got some people maybe causing a little bit of distraction over this side near the stairs. You can then just quickly run up here and then catch them out. Really, really handy. Did you know this is also a nice little kind of jump spot if you're trying to flank rounds? If you're on this side, a lot of people know you can obviously go up here and come down through here. But if you're on this side and you want to maybe flank round to catch them off guard, you can just jump here, like just kind of like on this little ledge here, and then you just basically double tap space and you can get up. They're able to then flank round. Little tip if you are not running Claw or some type of operator which can take out AI very easily without making too much noise and not wasting your really decent ammo, purple and above. What you can do, and this is what I've been doing recently because I've been mixing it up and using different operators and not just running Claw. I've been running this QSZ92G. It's literally 4K to buy, and all you need to do is go to preview, go to the muzzle, add yourself a pistol suppressor. That way you're still keeping silent, high gunshot suppression, right? This is going to cost you a whopping 11k. That's it. Literally that. It's anyone who's running pretty geared stuff, running decent geared ammo, 11k is literally hardly anything. And I just bring in green ammo with this, like 1 clip or 2 clips of green ammo. Again, cost you literally tuppence. And then you can just take out the AI as fast as possible with this little pistol, and it's really nice. It honestly just does great. You can just take out the AI nice and silently, deal with them fast, and you don't have to waste your decent ammo at all, and this is hardly anything to lose. Did you know you can make a bit of easy money just by going to your supply station, go into the T&E lab, and under limited items, one, you can obviously use these items if you want to. This refreshes daily. You can see items refresh daily at 12 to 4. I've got a countdown coming up to nearly 3 hours, and I can then do some more. Now, you may look at these and think, well, I don't actually need these parts, but if you look at them, the items required are really cheap. Like, each one of these I bought, the items required in total costed me around 1 to 2k. You just click little basket, buy those little items, and I can sell this at the auction for 15k, so I make a huge profit for each one. This one, for example, was only 2k. I could sell it at the auction for around 30k. And so just easy money just by going to your T&E every day and just checking each item to see if you can make a profit from buying the items required for exchange and then selling them on auction. Just something to make a little bit extra money. Did you know about this awesome interactive map made by another YouTuber called Troubleshoot? I'll leave his YouTube channel and this map in the pinned comment down below. It is a super, super awesome map, and it's always getting updated and new things are getting added. You can also suggest things for him by pressing Control and clicking and wherever you find. So for example, if I click to here, I can then type in a load of information, update it and send a suggestion in. Really, really handy, but it's great for learning player spawns for each map. You can see here I've highlighted the spawns for this map. You can tick categories just down below on the left hand side. I've highlighted spawns. It lets you know exactly where players could possibly spawn, and so when you spawn in, knowing the player spawns is a huge advantage over people who do not know the player spawns. It's just going to help you keep alive in those situations where, one, you may be looking for PvP, or two, you may be trying to avoid PvP, right? So the other good thing is you can try and plan loot runs with the interactive maps. For example, maybe I spawned here, and you could do a few things here. I could, one, make sure the spawn here is not pushing me. I could also try and get a few spawn kills by pushing this, getting a spawn kill here, if they didn't realize it and they're just kind of pushing up. I could then maybe come down here and try and get the bird's nest. So these bird's nests are really underrated. You can see there's a hell of a lot of them just here. And I could just go in between them all, making sure I avoid the spawns, and then coming down and carry on with my loot run. Interactive maps are awesome. They're a great way of trying to plan ahead, especially on extraction shooters. And like I said, learning the spawns is a huge, huge, huge thing you should definitely be learning. This does have zero dam, and it has work in progress for Lolly Grove. It does start highlighting some of the spawns already, but there is a few also up around this area too. So he hasn't updated everything yet, but he's working on it, and I think this is an awesome interactive map to use. Check it out. Like I said, I'll leave it in the pinned comment. Last but not least, I want to just talk about the Gunsmith. I always get people asking things about the Gunsmith, how they can make weapons, test weapons without paying for it. How do you import gun codes? all that type of thing. Let's just quickly go over that. So Gunsmith, if you, for example, want to import a code from a creator or someone or one of your mates or anything like that, and you didn't know how to do it, go to Gunsmith, find the gun you want. For example, I'm going to find the G3, right? Find the gun you want, click preview, go to loadout, click import, and then paste in the code you either get from the creator or your mate, just like so. You then click search. You'll see that it comes out with a little loadout preview of what attachments and the calibrations. You can then click apply, and you can now see it's been applied now to it. So I say come for modification. It'll tell you how much it is to build it. And then what you can do is then click save, and you can click it into one of these customs. So you just click say custom 2 and then type what you want to call it. And then you just click save. And that will then save that to your loadout section, and then you can use it whenever you want. On top of that, if you then want to try this, so we've imported it, we want to try it, we don't want to purchase it, just go to modify. You don't have to purchase it. All right. You can instead just go to the firing range here at the bottom left and click OK. And then you can actually just give this a go and see if you like it. Now, when you're in the Gunsmith, there's a few things you can also do. Maybe you wanted to modify a little before you buy it. Maybe you didn't like the scope. If you click on tab, right, this brings up this configuration. Here you can actually switch between different ammo too, if you're selecting and seeing what the difference between the ammo is, stuff like that. But if you click on or highlight over the actual weapon and then click F to modify, it'll bring it back to the Gunsmith, all right? Don't press escape because you'll lose the modification. Instead, press F like this. This will bring it back, and then you can actually modify. So maybe I wanted to change it for maybe a red dot like this. You can then click install. It won't purchase it, just as it like so. And then you can go back to the firing range, and then you can test it with that instead. All right, so again, you press tab, highlight the weapon, press F, come back. And then once you're happy with that, you can either build it, do whatever you like with it, and save it. So it's just something to go over if you don't really know too much about the Gunsmith and you wanted to build a weapon or muck around with a weapon. That's the way you do it. Again, you could also, like I said, if I press escape and I leave firing range, to show you the example, you see it resets the gun. That's why you don't want to do it that way. Now, if you wanted to build yourself, go to the gun you want to build. Maybe we want to build a AK-12. Again, we go preview. You just add whatever you want to add to it. And then click preview. Right, preview. Preview. And you can see now you've added it. If you wanted to find out the cost, you can click purchase and it'll tell you there. Or if you just go to loadout, it'll actually tell you just up here. Then obviously you can go back to the firing range and give that a go. Yeah, same thing again, press tab. You then go to F to modify a bit more and carry on modifying it to your liking. And then you can go to loadout and save it just once you're happy with the modifications. So this is how you use the Gunsmith, a little quick tutorial for the people who do not know how to use the Gunsmith. Now, if you are interested in gun builds, I have quite a few in my Discord. I will leave that in the pinned comment down below, along with the map genie or the map, interactive map I was talking about. I also leave things like key finding. So whenever I run a key and I want to test it and see if it's good, and I will put all my findings in there too. We're also trying to get people in there for LFGs and teaming up, things like that. So Discord will be in the link down below. All my gun builds, anything you see me on stream, I try and paste them in there and update them in there. Anyway, guys, that is that's the end of the video. I want to thank you all so much for sticking by and watching it all. Let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of these type of videos. I will try and find more kind of map spots, peak spots, covering grove, things like that, and any other things that come along, which I see people ask frequently, I will then include in the next version of this video. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you soon.